everybody, it's Johnny the Caveman with the Carnivore Caveman Keto Couple. And you're not going to believe where I am today. I am high atop Hans Peak here in northern Colorado at an elevation of 10,843 feet, almost 11,000 feet in elevation. So I hiked up here early this morning. I have my tent set up down below a little bit off the summit out of the wind, and I'm gonna camp out tonight up here at Hans Peak. It's just something I like to do in the winter time. It's kind of like my little Mount Everest, and today with the wind blowing and snow, it really feels like Mount Everest. So what I wanted to tell you guys is when most people do an overnight camping trip like this in the winter on a high peak, they're taking a ton of food. You know what I brought? I brought 2 pieces of cheese and I bought a pack of ramen, threw the noodles away but kept the little broth package just to make some hot broth a little later. I totally forgot to try to get some healthy broth dry broth that is, at Natural Grocers. You don't want to, I had liquid broth, but it's heavy, and my pack's already about 35 pounds, and you don't want to add any weight to it. So I guess what I'm getting at is, when you're a carnivore and you're a fat burner, you don't need to feed all the time, even when you're doing a strenuous activity like this. I'll take a picture of where I came from. Check this out. All right, guys, so of course I'm up in the fire tower. My tent is, I'm trying to find it. I can see it, but I don't think you can see it from here. My tent's right down there. So I hiked all the way over there, over that mountain, down to the road, way over there. Pretty much all uphill. And last night I had a big steak dinner. Knew I was going to be doing this. I had steak, I had eggs, I had bacon. Of course I made it in butter and it was delicious. And I ate a little more than I normally do. It was a big steak. I had 3 eggs. But it was really good, and I slept really well last night. Got up at 5:30. Drove up here. I thought I was going to be able to get to one of the trailheads, and I couldn't, so I had to park down the highway a little bit. It was probably an extra half hour, 45 minutes, and when I hiked this in the summertime with Deb, we were able to drive the Jeep all the way up to the upper trailhead. Not now. It's the snowmobile trails now, but from where I left the highway to the upper trailhead, it's probably about a 2-hour hike, and then I'm gonna say it was probably 2 hours up here. And so then I got my tent set up. Got my sleeping bag all set up, got the tent organized. My feet got a little cold, so I warmed them up, and then I hiked up here. And I'm gonna spend a little time here, then I'll go down to the tent, might have a cup of coffee, and then eat a little bit of my cheese. I'm not hungry as much as I hiked up here, and it was all uphill. When you're on the carnivore diet, you don't get hungry. You don't get the hunger pains, and you just have a steady flow of energy. I did really, really well. Oh, sorry. I did really well controlling my temperature. Hiking most of the way up, all I had on was my base layer, which is this very thin black. So of course my backpack's on my back, so my back stayed nice and warm. Yes, I was chilly, but I didn't sweat. And it's super, super important when you're doing an outing like this, not to sweat, because you're fine as long as you're moving. But once you stop moving, you're gonna get cold. So you really wanna control body temperature and sweating. Now tonight when I go to sleep, just in case these pants got damp at all, I will change into a very dry pair of these cool stretchy pants I got. They're Wranglers from Walmart, but they're polyester, they're super great for hiking. And I've actually got a pair of insulated ones, they're fleece lined. So I'll put those on so they're nice and dry, and then I have another base layer, I'll put that on, that'll be nice and dry, and then my down sleeping bag, which I'm doing reviews on the down sleeping bag and the tent I'm using on this trip. If you're interested in checking that out, you can go to Bound for Adventure and see me do this hike up here and review the sleeping bag. I love reviewing gear, I love using gear, and I got some really good stuff. I've got a Big Agnes down sleeping bag that is mine that I'm reviewing, and I'm demoing from Big Agnes a mountaineering tent that is really impressive, the Battle Mountain 2. So, hey guys, I just wanted to kind of keep you up on what I'm up to today, and just let you know that when you're eating carnivore, you've got lots of energy, you've got long duration, and you don't have to be feeding your gullet every, hour when you're doing something strenuous like this. So, hey, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hit the bell notification, it'll let you know when we put out our next video. And remember, keep eating meat because meat heals.
All right, guys, until next time, remember, everything's better when you're bound for adventure.